Hello, my name is Mark Fullen. I'm an extension professor at West Virginia University and the director of a program called the WVU Safety and Health Extension. My co-authors and collaborators are Doug Myers and Kimberly Rauscher from Boise State University, and Wayne Lundstrom and Pat Donnelly from WVU Safety and Health Extension, and Eric Lundstrom, a graduate research assistant from the School of Public Health, working in our office. I'm here today to discuss work underway on a program called TimberSafe. A little background on why we are focusing our work on logging in West Virginia. As most of you listening and watching will know, logging is one of the most dangerous occupations in the United States. It is even more dangerous in West Virginia than in the rest of the country. The West Virginia fatal injury rate for loggers per 100,000 workers in 2016 was 337.08, while the national rate was 204.47. From 2011 through 2016 in West Virginia, had 2.86 times the risk of an injury-related fatality compared to loggers who worked in any other state. West Virginia loggers and owners do participate in a required statewide logger best practices program managed by the West Virginia Division of Forestry. But a very small portion of this training program addresses worker safety, and only one employee per company is required to attend the training. There's no evidence that the safety information makes it back to the work site. Other factors at play in West Virginia that make logging especially dangerous include the hazardous mountainous terrain, the majority of the timbering being done through traditional felling methods, and this work is being done mostly by companies of 10 or less employees that are often made up of relatives and close friends. We have done other work on this that Eric Lundstrom will discuss this week. Leading up to TimberSafe, we conducted a West Virginia logger pilot study. Again, Eric Lundstrom is presenting a more in-depth analysis of this work in his poster presentation this week. But I will briefly describe some initial results here that we used to inform the design of the TimberSafe program. We assessed the level of hazard awareness and injury risk perception among West Virginia loggers and owner-operators. We collected survey data at the regionally monthly held logger best practices training sessions held by the West Virginia Division of Forestry. From that resulting survey data, we designed a set of interview questions and conducted follow-up phone interviews with those who agreed to participate. Some of the pilot study conclusions were that West Virginia logging company owners and workers understand that the work is risky and understand the hazards, yet still take risks and expect near misses to occur routinely. Owners and workers overwhelmingly claim that injuries are the fault of the injured worker. These and other results suggested that the West Virginia logging owners had little to no knowledge or experience in implementing an effective safety and health management system. This, among other findings, led us to develop the TimberSafe program, which is a basic safety management system designed specifically for the logging industry. TimberSafe is funded by ISASH through the Southeast Center for Agricultural Health and Safety Injury Prevention at the University of Kentucky. The study is an experimental design where 30 logging companies have been recruited to participate. We over-recruited by 20% for attrition, which we have needed. Half of the sites were randomly assigned to an intensive intervention group. This group's trained in safety and health management program and the mobile application audit use and provided complete consultation services by the third party, which is WVU Safety and Health Extension. This including feedback from us on progress and assistance as needed. I'll talk about these details more later. The remaining have been assigned to the basic intervention group as control sites, and they're provided the written version of the TimberSafe program for self-implementation with instructions. This is very similar to what has been done previously in the state to assist loggers with safety and health implementation. The control sites will receive the intensive intervention after an observation period. The goals of the program are to first, develop an effective logger safety and health management program called TimberSafe, based on the evidence-based fall-safe construction safety and health management program. Second, successfully implement the TimberSafe program in the field. Third, conduct a series of field and management audits prior to and after the implementation of the intervention. And fourth, analyze the data collected to determine if the intervention was effective at reducing worksite hazards and injuries over time. For the intensive intervention group, the program includes a logging safety management program based on proven methods that reduce hazards on the worksite. It includes a full circle approach that measures the hazards controlled on the worksite and the level of safety management implementation over time, provides feedback to logger owners to correct or control hazards, and it provides incentives for the companies to participate. This includes free training, consultation, assistance, financial incentives, $750 worth of supplies, free mobile phone application, and detailed reports. We've created a marketing and branding campaign around TimberSafe. These logger materials include the manual, work rules pocket guide, a company and TimberSafe branded logger site signs that meet state requirements, high visibility shirts and hats, hard hat stickers, bumper stickers, and more. Use of this process should streamline the company's safety and health activities, and it should result in a more productive worksite. We also work with the West Virginia OSHA office, and they reviewed the program and agreed that if the participating companies were implementing the program, that they would be eligible for a good faith reduction in OSHA citation penalties. The basic intervention group, or the control group, received the full written TimberSafe program with detailed instructions for implementation, including a paper version of the audit that we developed. They do not receive the third-party assistance from WVU, the feedback from audits, or ongoing consultative assistance. They did receive the financial incentive to participate. To meet the requirements of the intensive intervention, following 3 baseline audits, the companies had to have a company safety program that meets TimberSafe requirements that we reviewed and approved, have all employees and owners trained in a 4-hour TimberSafe training program, which included hazard awareness training, as well as TimberSafe program specific implementation training. The on-site supervisor was also trained in the use of the mobile auditing application. The on-site supervisor was given TimberSafe specific responsibilities within the program, and these must be completed. The company must also agree to be available for audits of job sites by WVU. So the on-site supervisor duties include completing the training, conducting 1 work site inspection every 3 weeks on the mobile device and the application, providing inspection results to workers and owners following the inspections or audits, setting aside time for TimberSafe activities, addressing employee concerns, and addressing and correcting hazards identified during inspections. Although most of our owners are also the on-site supervisors, the owner duties include ensuring that the company safety program meets requirements. WVU developed or reviewed and approved the existing program. Implement the TimberSafe program elements on the worksite and commit to the program. The worker duties are to complete the training, point out hazards on the worksite, and follow the work rules. WVU's duties are to conduct the baseline audits, of which there are 3 per company, conduct the training and the intervention, conduct the post-intervention worksite audits once every 9 weeks on the mobile device application over time, provide audit reports, feedback, and suggested corrections, market the contractors to potential clients, the region, insurers, and to assist the companies in safety needs from a consultation perspective. These are WVU's duties related to how we work with the logging companies. This graphic shows a simple flowchart that we provided to the companies during recruiting presentations. As you can see, the process starts with the agreement to participate. Then we conduct 3 baseline field and management audits at 9-week intervals. Once the baselines are complete, WVU reviews the company's modified TimberSafe written safety program to make sure it meets the minimum requirements. Once approved, training for all at the company is scheduled and completed. Once the initial intervention is complete, the auditing and feedback loop begins at 9-week intervals for WVU and 3-week intervals for the companies. This process involves conducting the audits, providing the reports and feedback to the companies correcting the hazards, and then the process starts again. For the basic intervention group, WVU still conducts the 9-week audits, and the companies are to conduct the 3-week paper audits themselves. But there's no feedback loop from WVU. If an imminent danger situation is observed by WVU while we're on site, we will make the company aware of this. We'll stop the work in progress and make sure that no one is put in an imminent danger situation. The mobile application was initially a customized piece of software developed by a local software company, but that product was not stable for use in the field for a variety of reasons. So we went with a commercially available product that allows us to customize the audit and manage the data of all of the participants. The audit tool scores the safety management program as well as all of the logging hazards in the field witnessed during the day of the audit. The score is generated from a percentage score of questions answered yes out of all of the total answers reviewed. A unique feature of the audit is that it dynamically generates and only requires the auditor to answer questions to hazards occurring the day of the audit. This is a convenient feature that we brought over from the Fall Safe audit that reduces auditing time to only include the questions that pertain to the work underway. So this project is underway, and here's where we are as of early May 2020. 96 baseline audits on 15 intensive interventions and 18 basic interventions have been completed. Average baseline scores for intensive interventions were 26.4% for management score and 78.6% for field score. The average baseline scores for the basic interventions, or the control group, were 30.2% for their management score and 75.8% for their field score. There was no significant difference between the two groups at baseline, which was good. So post-intervention results to date. All of the intervention activities have been completed with the exception of one company. COVID-19 has delayed the training of this company. Other than that, 27 of 90 post-intervention audits have been completed on the intensive interventions. Average scores for the intensive intervention group are 79.8% for management and 81.8% for field. 25 of 108 post-intervention audits have been completed on the basic intervention group, the control group. The average scores are 72.8% for management and 81.3% for field. These average scores are dispersed over the first 3 quarters, and not all the participants are complete through quarter 3. So there is not enough data here to do any meaningful tests yet for significance. We are seeing improvement in both intervention groups, intensive intervention and basic intervention, which is a positive outcome, but it is still early in the study. Recruiting participation and industry buy-in to the Timber Safe program was solidified when we hired a field researcher, Patrick Donnelly, from the West Virginia logging industry. He was previously a logger and most recently a sawmill manager. Previous to that hire, we were having difficulty recruiting and staying connected. Some additional discussion points: the use of the mobile application by the intensive intervention group, which we asked them to do one audit every 3 weeks with the mobile application, has been hit and miss. It is still early in the intervention, so we are encouraging more frequent use and identifying this as a deficiency within the audits. COVID-19 has also impacted our field audits from WVU's perspective, and we believe that that also is an issue with the intensive intervention group and the basic intervention group in completing their audits. It's also impacted the financial stability of the logging industry, with the possibility of several participating companies in our study stopping operation. So that is the update on the TimberSafe program. We are excited at the progress and improvement that the companies have made, and we will update this group when the study is complete. Thank you so much for your time and attention. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at m.fullen, Fullen, at mail.wvu.edu. Thank you.